I'm Jane.
And I'm Amanda.
Welcome to Come Dowse with me.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Back again, episode, what are we now? 4?
4. Series 3, episode 4.
Excellent. And we're talking about chakras today, amongst other things, like the random stuff that pops up along the way. But, we have a focus of chakras, but we could talk about anything.
Well, should we start with chakras?
Yes, I think that would be very good idea. Yes.
Do you dowse your chakras or other people's chakras?
I haven't dowsed my chakras recently, but a friend of mine has done it. And I was unaware of this until recently, that as well as dowsing the front, you should also dowse the back. That was, didn't know about that. But it's not something, I have to say, it's not something I do regularly. It's something that I should do more of, I think, and just make sure that I'm on track with everything, with all me spinnies and me colours and everything. So, but what about you? Do you dowse yours regularly?
I do dowse mine, and I usually, if I'm giving a client a energy healing session, I will dowse their chakras front and back. But the great thing with dowsing, particularly for clients lying on a couch, I don't have to flip them over to dowse the back chakras. I set my intention and say, so I dowse the I usually dowse the height of the chakra. So I start from like the body and work outwards using my pendulum to see where the chakras are, and then I say, and then the back chakra, and then I do exactly the same on the front, but the intention is about the back chakra, and see how far away they are. Often, if I've noticed, if someone is giving a lot of themselves and giving out a lot, the chakras at the back will be really close to the body, and the front chakras will be really far out. So it's about bringing them all back into an equal balance so that they're holding something back for themselves as well. So that's in my experience. So I'm not a chakra expert.
They're not always in the same place, then they can move around or expand.
The actual chakras tend to be sort of like the crown chakra, so it's going up that way. That's the only one that doesn't have a front and back. Is the crown and the root, because they go up and down. But your third eye chakra comes out back and front. Oh, see, I'm doing this and I can feel it. I can feel it. Yes, so they're not always balanced. So there are different schools of thought on chakras, because they're energy, and some people can see them. So some people can see them as a spinning energy, or a kind of like trumpet shaped. Other people, I feel them. I don't see them, but I can see auras which kind of fit in with the chakras as well, and you can dowse auras. So first of all, if you're going to dowse someone, it's easier to dowse someone else's aura and chakras.
Do you want to do mine? Why don't you have a go at doing mine? Can you do it like this? Can we do it like
try? This? Why not? I'm probably gonna burp, actually.
I'll probably yawn.
Just to warn everybody.
Do we just let everybody know that when Jane is burping and I'm yawning, or sometimes Jane does yawn as well, it's just a signal that energy is shifting and that stuff's moving, so we're not bored of each other, and it's just that it's an energy shift. Happens a lot in my clients. And I had a new client yesterday, and I was part way through the session with her, and I started yawning. I went, I forgot to say, yes, I yawn a lot, and it's like, whoa, trying to stifle yawns. But yes, yawning, burping. So yeah, use me. I'll be. You can have a go at these.
This will be interesting, because we normally do this when we're sitting on the sofa. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, but I'm gonna ask permission first of all. Can I dowse your chakras, Amanda?
I'm yawning. Yes. I'm giving
verbal permission. And I'm just checking with my permissions. Yes. May I? Can I? I'm getting a kind of a weird response from can I, because this may be...
maybe we can't do it over screens then, can we? Can we do it over screens?
I don't know. I've never really well.
Oh, maybe you could. This was where you could maybe bring in your chart, and the chart that we could maybe do it via the chart. So these charts. Jane told me about this site last week. There's charts galore, and they're beautiful. They're clear. They're easy to read, and this is the one for the chakras that Jane downloaded and has beautifully laminated.
I use this for in my dowsing live workshops. I've got lots of charts that are laminated, so you can dowse. Oh, and I've got my halo keeps popping up. Mill professional lighting halo.
And what's the? I've got it written down here somewhere. What's the name of the website?
It's subtle.net. I'll spell it. So it's subtil.net. You can go on there, you can register, download to your heart's content. They do ask for donations because it's an unfunded site run by I think they're based in France, I believe. Lovely dowsing. And you can make your own charts and download them as well from there. But there are, whatever you're interested in, you can find a dowsing chart. These are great. Chakra one. So on this one here, it's got all the chakras, and it has an optimal and unbalanced. Now, dowsing, when using a chart when you're first starting off, isn't always easy, I don't think, because it's the way I dowse is I get a swing going first. So I'm going to ask, can I dowse Amanda's chakras? Yes. May I dowse Amanda's chakras? Should I dowse? I'm getting a yes for all of those, so that's okay. So I'm going to ask each. Would you like me to do each one first?
Well, why don't you choose one, because it could be a long old session if
that's what I'm thinking.
I'm all over the shop.
I'm going to ask. I'm going to get my dowsing to. It's choose always one. Going round.
So when I'm dowsing a chart, I'll put my finger on the and I know some people use rods, and having the rod will move to where it needs to be on the chart. I tend to point.
Oh, I've done it, and I use my eyes, and it was going across to the crown chakra. So I'm going to ask, is Amanda's crown chakra optimal?
Is that a crown?
Or unbalanced? Your crown. Oh, it's saying that it's a little bit unbalanced. Is it a little bit unbalanced? Yes, it's a little bit unbalanced, your crown chakra.
Right. Well, I'm happy to be balanced back up again if that's possible.
Okay. So there are different ways of balancing. On here, it gives you an idea that you can use an affirmation, maybe, because it's linked to thought, possibly the crown chakra. So you could say, I understand.
I understand. I understand. Well, if I say that out loud, and this is what I like about affirmations or beliefs and things, if you say it out loud as you're dowsing, you'll get a yes or no, whether it's true or false. So I understand. I'm getting a yes for that. So I suppose the other thing is I am choosing to balance my crown chakra.
Okay. I always think it's great when I'm working with a client that you do the work, because it's yours. You have the power,
and then you know how to do it for next time as well. Afterwards, don't you?
My pendulum's still spinning.
I'm gonna be yawn. Normally get a yawn. No, there we go. Yawn. Pendulum's no job done. I'm cooked.
And my pendulum's slowing down. And so is that now optimally balanced? I'm getting a yes.
Look at that. So if anybody wants to try that, and let us know in the comments what they've done. Excuse you.
Actually,
feel free.
In my therapy sessions, I burp, and often myself and the client will be laughing, and laughter is a really, really great way of releasing energy that's stuck. So, however you want to do it, yeah, burping works for me. I'm like the burping dowser.
Well, the only other person I've come across that burps is, there was a lady when I was doing my EFT, when I was doing my tapping, which is a long time ago now, and we were doing our course for it, and she would do massive burps from the bottom of her boots, and I was like, whoa, where did that come from? But they were like, so yeah, different types of releasing, and it affects different people. I'm quite thankful I have a yawn and not any other bodily function that's going to be.
Well, at least I'm burping. It's not emitting sound from elsewhere. That's just so wrong on many levels. Oh, and I also get really hot when I'm doing energy clearing as well now. Oh, I'll just use this to cool down a minute. There we go.
So what I could do then is I could download that chart, print it off, laminate it if I feel the wish, because I do have a laminator, I'm pleased to say. And then I could literally go through each of my own chakras, dowsing and going optimal. What was the other choice? Optimal or what?
Oh, optimal or unbalanced.
Optimal or balanced. And then go through each of them and then just do the same. I'm choosing to balance my whatever chakra it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
There are other charts on that site that have got chakras linked to it. There's loads, so you can choose Dowse for one that's right. I think that's the thing, Yeah,
it's Dowse
it's really personal. It's really personal. But talking about chakras, that's just kind of a quick overview of our chakras. But I dowse chakras of stones.
Well, there's also chakras of animals, yes. Chakras of stones, which I didn't know about until we've been up on some standing stones. And then I realised that the chakra stones had chakras because somebody else was dowsing through them. But yeah, animals have chakras. But why don't you explain how you dowse with a stone? Is it always standing stones, like the big standing stones that are on Outlander?
Anything can have a chakra, I guess.
Whenever I think of standing stones, I think of Outlander. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I kind of, with the standing stone, I always ask permission if I could dowse the chakra. It's just polite. You wouldn't go through someone's front door and just randomly start dowsing their TV or dowsing the kettle or something, would you? Or dowsing their dining room table. So it's kind of like, I see the same thing, sacred site stuff. Always ask permission, and also ask permission of the stone. It might not want its chakras dowsed. Sometimes you get a no.
Or it might not be appropriate for you to be doing it that day because of your own energy levels and things, might it? So that you get a no for different reasons, don't you?
Lots of things. But when I'm dowsing chakra, I usually start at the top of the stone, but you'll often find that there's a chakra above it, almost like a star chakra. And also, because you don't know how deep the stone is buried in the ground, there'll be chakras beneath the ground. So I always tend to ask at the heart chakra is where I tend to start. That's my personal preference. So I dowse to find where the heart chakra is, and then you can go up or down from there, or you could use the solar plexus or the sacral, but again, it depends on the height of the stone. And then you can dowse, you can actually feel, usually I feel the chakras, and again I'm feeling the aura of the stone, so you can check the aura of a stone while you're there, when you first arrive and then when you leave. And sometimes it's expanded, particularly if there are lots of dowsers there. I mean, recently I was on a Devon Dowsers trip to Merivale up on Dartmoor, and there's a big standing stone there, and lots of people within the group went and we checked it out first, but they went and put their hands on the stone and just intention of healing, and that stone's chakra aura even, but the chakras would have changed as well, but I was dowsing the aura doubled in size. It was huge. It was but it's so beautiful as well. So yeah, you can dowse, and you can dowse the aura of flowers. I mean, that is just amazing.
Plants. We did that during lockdown, didn't we, on some of the Devon Dowsers education groups that we were doing. Yeah, sort of dowsing the plants and animals that you can balance theirs. And animals they're in the same sort of position. If you stood it like a dog, if you stood the dog up, or a horse, they'd be in the same sort of position, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they're pretty similar. And again, there's charts available that show chakras of animals if anyone's particularly interested in doing that. And it doesn't mean to say you don't have to be a healer or have a healing practitioner to use chakras and work with chakras. We're able to work with our own chakras. I do find it difficult if I'm dowsing my own chakra physically, because you're trying to do and look at your pendulum at the same time. So
yeah, you need 3 hands, don't you?
Yeah, it's kind of like gonna do that kind of thing. So using a chart is a great way. Or another way you could do it is you could draw an outline of yourself and plot the chakras. So you could get all arty, couldn't you? Get your crayons out.
Arty. I like that. Get a bit creative.
Arty chakras. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else.
Have chakras. Do you think a car, if you were driving your car along, do you think that probably wouldn't, would it? It's not a.
Don't know.
Trees would have, wouldn't they? They have
trees. Yeah, trees.
Chakras.
But I guess, yeah, anything can have. Everything's energy.
You
know, we are all energy, and everything is energy. So if it's energy, then maybe it's got chakra. I'd be interested. Anyone knows any more? As I said, I'm not an expert in chakras. Put it in the comments.
I've just dowsed. Does a car have chakras? And I'm getting a no. So if anybody else wants to try it and tell me if they get a different answer to me, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
my car that doesn't.
I was just saying, is it just your car? Because your car's got a name, hasn't it?
Yes, Margaret is lovely. We have lots of conversations when we're driving around. I cleaned the dashboard this morning. It was like a whole new experience.
Lucky Margaret.
I got a bit thick with dust. I was like, better just give it a little clean there. So yeah, dowsing chakras. If anybody's got any other comments or anything that they'd like to share, or if you have a go at dowsing yours and you want to share what's been going on, put in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share the love. Share the come dowse with me around. Share the chakras. But yes, happy dowsing, everybody.
Happy dowsing.